think the lens that Richard applies in the book of looking at capitalism as an economic system, the impacts that it's having on communities and people, and working people in particular, is a lens we have to continue to bring to bear in understanding our own community and also the wider world. But also that connection between the economic system and social movements is really important to keep in mind. And looking at labor as a social movement, not necessarily as institutions or as established organizations, but as a movement of people struggling for a better world.
Crucible, what is a crucible? And we think of a crucible as a sort of an ancient kind of device for melting different metals, producing a new alloy, something new. One of the definitions is that a crucible is a place or situation in which different elements interact to produce something new. And I think the book is very exciting in the possibilities it explores for the continent of North America to be a place, to be this kind of place in the early 21st century where different social forces might interact to produce something new. Really what these authors are telling us is that we need to move forward. And moving forward is moving beyond capitalism.
The citizen trade unionist identifies himself or herself with the broad community, with the school, with the students, with the homeless, with the unemployed, with the sick, with the old. The citizen trade unionist is a point of reference for the community, and whatever the citizen trade unionist gets, the community also gets. Electoral competitions are important, but for democracy to mean something, it has to offer the ability for the citizen to feel included. Democracy, whether in Canada, Mexico, or the US, must be rejuvenated, revitalized, and must cease to be the repetitive fossil monopoly of the ruling elites.
The capitalist class organized itself consciously to transform the society. It organized think tanks. It sponsored think tanks to change common sense. And of course, it dominates and owns the mass media. And the fight back by labor in North America has been tremendously ineffective because mostly labor has fought as if the old rules of the game applied, not realizing that it's a new ballgame and a new kind of class struggle has to be engaged in from below.